India's 18th Lok Sabha has been sworn in. President Murmu has put the roadmap for the next 5 years. What does it pan out? Let's get in Martin Wolf, British journalist, as the second top voice on the show. Martin, thanks much for speaking to NDTV. My first question to you is that this is an important week for India. We speak at a time when India has been added to the Emerging Market Fund of JP Morgan and big fund inflows are expected. How do you see this? Do you expect $7 trillion now very much being a big target as far as India's economy is concerned?
The big transformation was in the early 90s when the economy was decisively opened up and it started generating much faster growth than before. It's gone up and down a bit since then. Sometimes it does a bit better, sometimes worse. But I think it is plausible that India can sustain growth of 6 or 7% a year in real terms over the foreseeable future. Now, I've done some little estimating on this $7 trillion economy, and that implies that the economy grows in dollars at about 10% a year. So if it grows in real terms at 6 or 7, inflation in dollars of the Indian economy in dollars is 3 percentage points or so, then 10% seems plausible. And so a $7 trillion economy seems a perfectly conceivable number. Of course, the dollar wouldn't be worth quite as much as it is now.
And to achieve that, Mr. Wolf, what would your priorities be for the next 5 years?
My own view has always been that if India is to sustain that growth and become a true high-income country, it has to industrialize more. It's going to need to have faster growth in industry than it's had. It's been remarkably service dependent. Maybe that can continue indefinitely. So the question of whether India can, to a significant degree, given its scale, replace China is an enormously important question, it seems to me. It obviously has to sustain very high investment rates, at least 30% of GDP, possibly more to sustain that sort of growth. But I think the crucial issues for India are about human beings, education and employment for the whole society.
I'm afraid I'm completely out of time. I have to leave it there, Mr. Wolf. Thanks much for speaking to NDTV.